the Warriors-Grizzlies series, fact or fiction?
It's a fact right now, and if I'm Steph Curry, I don't like this fact at all. But he is, and here's why. It's not overall game, of course. It's in clutch.
Closing.
Last 5 minutes of the game. That's what matters. And he had 15 points in the last 5 minutes of game 2. Closed the door. They don't have Gary Payton II in this series. That could be a championship-altering injury for the Warriors, but especially in this series to stop him. They do get Iggy back, though. Andre Iguodala could be back. That could be a difference maker. But right now, Ja Morant, best player.
The Payton injury sucks. It does matter. But championship-altering?
Yes. Losing him, his defense, takes them from being a team you feel like can win a championship to a team that might not now. Because not only if you get out of this series, you're going to need him against Devin Booker and company against Phoenix in the next series as well. That's very difficult to do without him. His impact on defense cannot be overstated.
Can I take a look at that graphic again? I want to put that up because we missed it and we were getting into this great conversation. This idea of how BPI is looking at this series right now. Look at this. This is kind of incredible.
Yep.
BPI at this moment slightly favors the Grizzlies.
With the series going to San Francisco. The series going to the Bay and they still are favoring them. What does it tell you? With Desmond Bane hurt, he's even playing through a bad back. You have that issue. But again, Klay Thompson has got to step up. All right. He has got to step up. You want to talk about X factors?
Yes.
He's an X factor in this series. He can decide this series as well because he's played 32 games in the regular season, averaged 20 a game. His shooting percentage from 3 was 39%. He was making his way back. In the playoffs now, 7 games. His shooting percentage overall not great from 3, okay. But in clutch, you never see him. 4 shots he's taken so far in 2 games in the last 5 minutes. Why? Only 1 shot he made. What was it? The one that won the game in game 1. Defensive stop in game 1 as well. He can play both ends of the floor. And if he can get his game a little bit back, if they can include him a little bit more, he can be an X factor in this series to flip that BPI.
I want to talk about that part a little bit back because look at these numbers. 13.5 points per game, 29% field goal percentage, 23 from 3. That is not the Klay Thompson that we know,
and
not
they're
even
weird
close.
Shots.
So what would that mean where does he need to be?
Ryan, I do believe that Klay will find his stride. But I also think that, as BPI is wisely pointing out, this matchup is much tighter than I think people gave it credit for. When you look at what the Grizzlies have on their squad, one, they have the defensive identity and take enough pride on that side of the basketball and are literally salivating, jumping at the bit for an opportunity to play against these Golden State Warriors. They have the size, when you look at what Jaren Jackson was able to do, Desmond Bane, Brandon Clark go down the line, and those guys also are mobile, right? So between the size, the athletes, and the defensive commitment, this has been a really good matchup. Now credit the Warriors because they run a wonderful system, and as soon as you turn your head the wrong way, it's a backdoor that they make you pay for. And so the Memphis Grizzlies have to be keyed into a higher level, but when you look at what they have in terms of matching up, we've seen it in the first 2 games. This is a great series. This is a good matchup.
And you brought up something that is exactly what to watch in game 3. The size factor and the Warriors play small. No rim protection at all. And the Grizzlies just get into the paint at will and will score at will in the paint, especially Ja Morant. Now, there's nothing to stop him once he's in the paint from finishing. He's one of the best
19 points in the paint in this series for him when you look at his scoring. It has been interesting because the Warriors so far have had the advantage on team category of points in the paint.
Yes.
And so in a way, you've seen them take the Grizzlies out of what they do best when they're getting to the rim and in the paint, high-flying energy and the swag is at an all-time high. I think the Warriors need to be a little bit cooler on second chance opportunities. The Grizzlies need to be a little calmer on second chance opportunities. They seem to be frenetic and be mindful of the clock. Time and score can apply to the duration of a ball game. But the Warriors shot 18% from 3 in the last game. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Wow.
And you know what else too?
Yep.
Taking care of the basketball. Warriors are too experienced of a team to turn the ball over the way they have, and a lot of self-inflicted wounds. They'll clean that up as well.
It just shows you how great this series is going to be. Adjustments will be made, and this one is going to be a great one.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.